Hi, my name is Himanshu, and today I have brought one beautiful poem for all those students who are in the 10th standard and in the 9th standard and pursuing their education in ICSE board. So, the poem that we are going to study today is The Heart of the Tree. It's a beautiful poem written by Henry Kyler Bunner, and it was published in 1912, a long time ago. It had a great significance as far as the title of the poem is already well known to you, that is The Heart of the Tree. So basically the poet is signifying the tree element in the poem, that what is the more significant part in the formation of a tree, like that means the idea that comes out of the heart, of a person who brings that plantation done. Okay, the heart of the tree, that means the heart of the tree would be from where the idea of planting the tree originated, from the heart of a person. So that comes at the last of the poem, which is quite a brilliant thing to see, because the whole poem captivates you and it has a lot of attractive lines as well as a kind of stanza. Like stanza wise, it is divided into 3 stanzas, and each of the stanzas starts with a refrain. A refrain is a literary device which says a poet to be the questioner, the person who asks a question, and the poet to be the answer giver, the person who gives the answer. That means the question and answer both are done by the poet. Then the literary device that we'll use would be called as the refrain. So here the refrain getting used in each of the stanza, in the 3 of the stanzas, is what does he plants who plants a tree. It comes with each of the stanza, in the beginning of each of the stanza. That means, so refrain as a literary device is used in each of the stanza. You should remember that. And it deviates from its Spenserian stanza. Like Spenserian stanza was having the literary rhyming pattern, that was AB AB BC BCC, but here it is AB AB BC CAA. So a little bit of deviation from Spenserian stanza is there. When we are going to read through the line, we are going to go through each of these lines, we'll get to know that what exactly is given in the poem about the rhyming pattern as well. But it is quite beautiful and attractive. It's quite lucid, let me tell you that. Okay, it's quite musical as well. So we'll start with the first stanza today, and we'll try to cover up maximum of the explanation in this particular video, and the literary devices which are present in the poem, we will discuss them later on. Right now I'll be focusing on only the explanation part of the poem, so that you can understand what is the subject matter of each of the stanza given, and how the Kyler Bunner has tried to actually explain the significance of the planting the tree rather than just tree. Okay, just simply saying that tree is important, it's not that. Idea of planting the tree is more important, because if we have the idea, then obviously there would be the number of the trees, but if there is no idea, then nothing would be there. So let's start the poem without even delaying any further. So the first line is, what does he plants who plants a tree, which I have already explained it to you, that the poet is trying to ask a question, that what exactly the person is trying to plant when he plants a tree. The person who tries to plant a tree, what is he actually trying to plant? Okay, he plants a friend of sun and sky, and he himself gives the answer for that in the second line. Like then on, he gives the answer. He plants a friend of sun and sky. That means by planting the tree, he is planting the friend of the sun and sky. How can that be? Because when we meet our friends, we shake hands. Okay, when we shake hands, we go ahead and we show up the hand to them. Okay, and then they shake the hand. So shaking the hands is like coming near to each other. Same way here, the tree when goes up, when it grows, so it grows near to the sun, there is nothing in between them. Okay, only the sky and sun and the sky, both of them are there. Okay, and then as it goes up, then it reaches to both of them. So it becomes, or he becomes, very friendly. Obviously here it has to be called as he, because we have said that he plants a friend of sun and sky. We have personified it. We have personified the plant. We can call it he as well, a friend of sun and sky. And even if we think it scientifically, a plant required sunlight for its growth, for its upbringing. So definitely, and even the air is also required. So sky carries that. Okay, as a part of the environment, air is present in the environment. So sky is there and the sun, both of them, they become friendly. And even the scorching heat of the sun, which is unbearable for human beings, become bearable just because of the shade of the tree. And as tree is between the person or the human beings and the scorching sun, then obviously it looks friendly. The sun looks friendly then to us as well. So it creates a blend between the nature and the human beings as well. So that is also a very significant point. Okay, now then he plants the flag of breezes free, the shaft of beauty towering high. What does it stand for? Like when the poet says that he plants a flag of breezes free, that means here we have called the tree to be a flag, and flag that breezes free, a flag which flies with the breeze, mild breeze. Okay, and which it's like floating, sort of, but it flies with the breezes free, mild breeze. Okay, which is not harmful, which is not a typhoon or which is not any sort of storm, but it's quite mild breeze, and it goes like this. And same way it compares, like it is being compared, like the poet is trying to compare the tree to the flag, and tree's branches are being called as shaft of beauty towering high. Shaft means here it can be called as pole of beauty towering high. That means goes up. So the poet is trying to compare the leafy branches of the tree to the flag, and the stem to the beautiful shaft, that is pole of the flag. We know that the flag used to be binded up with the pole, so that is why that stands tall. Okay, so that is how it has been compared to the flag as well. So that means flag is also considered to be, like, accordingly my point of view, flag is considered to be very much a thing of pride and honor. So same way the tree has been given that honor, like it will provide a lot of things to the human being. So that is why it's been important. He plants a home to the heaven and I. He plants a home to the heaven and I. To heaven and I. Heaven and I means the one who are living in the sky, or the one who flies in the sky. Sorry, the one who flies in the sky. The flies in the sky would be the birds only. So for song and mother croon of birds. That means by planting the tree, the man plants a home for the sweet singing birds which are flying in the sky. Okay, which are high in the sky or near to the sky. Okay, near the heaven. Obviously they are very near to the heaven because they can fly, they can go up in the sky and can talk to the heaven. If not if we say not exactly to the heaven, but they can go near to the heaven, as we all consider that heaven is above or heaven is anywhere. So it's all about the perceptions, so keep the earth's habitable, keep the earth habitable for the birds. So the planting of the tree actually makes it possible for the birds to have a house or a home. Okay, they can create their nest over there, or just because of all such thing, it's very helpful. It is helpful in maintaining the ecosystem. So the plant is very important. The planting of the tree is very important, because since it is providing a lot of habitat for the different birds who are singing high above in the sky. So in hushed and happy twilight heard, at that particular time when there is no sound and there is quite a bit of silence, and happy twilight heard, that means when there is a time of happy twilight, we can hear the singing of the birds, chirping of the birds, that certain sort of sound which makes it quite harmonious, the treble of heaven's harmony. These things he plants who plants a tree. In hushed and happy twilight heard, the treble of heaven's harmony. That means in that particular silence, the song or the chirping of the bird that mixes up with the kind of harmony with the heaven. It's as same as that of the sounds of the heaven. So it looks very charming. It's quite attractive. The sounds are very good to hear. So that's why that's very important. Okay, these things he plants who plants a tree. So at the end, the person is trying to, or the poet is trying to give the answer that with the finishing line that forms a logical whole of the opening line, like one asking the question and the other answering the question. In the last, he answers the whole thing, that this is what the person who plants a tree does, that these things he plants who plants a tree. So it's like that. So in the second stanza, now we'll come to the second stanza without any further delay. Let me just first of all let you know about the rhyming pattern, how it is formed. So planting a tree, E sound, so A we have given. Sky, E, it's ending with A. Then breeze, sky, I, E. So A, B, free, A, high, B, A, B, an I. Again, something like high, so B, it would be B, and then bird, heard, then C, something like that, it would be that only, yeah, C, and then harmony and tree, E, sound again, A is repeated. So that is how the whole rhyming pattern is. Like by the last sound, you can get to know that how that whole of the rhyming pattern has been maintained. Okay. So when you are going to go through all of those sounds, you will understand that what I'm trying to say. So just keep the page or the book in your hand and just read that out, the last sound, and you will be able to analyze that what is the rhyming pattern of the stanza. Okay. And the next stanza, the second stanza, that is again starts with the refrain that what does he plants who plants a tree? He plants a cool shade and tender rain. That means again the question is asked, let's repeat the same question with the new stanza and attempts to answer that same. The second thing that he's planting, who plants a tree, is that he provides the cool shade. The tree provides a cool shade. Then obviously the person who is having the idea of planting the tree is also providing the shade to a number of people and helps in bringing rain. And it also helps in bringing rain. We know that how the how the rain is being developed. So that's how the tree plays a vital role or pivotal role in bringing that. Okay, and seed and bud of days to be. Then a tree will produce seed and the bud, which are going to sprout out and are going to turn into the tree again. Okay, and years will pass silently, and the years that fade and flush again. That means the years will pass out silently, and again these seeds and the buds which have been grown or which have sprout out just because of the planting of the tree are going to again become number of the trees, and are going to be number of the trees in the form of the seeds. And in the form of the seeds, actually we have lots of other trees which are going to come into the near future with the passing of the time. That means the years that fade and flush again, those years will come when there would be a greenery, there would be lots of prosperity, means to say lots of messages that come out of that. He plants a glory of the plain. That means here the plain area would be obviously like what we say prosperous if there is greenery, if there is lots of greenery. And lots of greenery means like when the person plants a tree, the person is planting the prosperity of the plain area as well. So obviously the plain area, if is green and beautiful, obviously it will look great. Okay, so he plants a forest heritage. So not only does he plant the glory of the plain, but also a single tree obviously will turn into number of trees later on, because as I mentioned earlier, that seed and buds, they used to be also something like that. What is that? Seed and the buds of days to be. So obviously those are going to be plants again. One tree can become a heritage of trees. Okay, can be heritage of the forest. Okay, forest heritage. One tree will give rise to the number of the trees, and it will become a forest. So and if there is a large number of forests in an area, then definitely the kind of environment, the air will be purified, everything will be great, everything will be perfectly fine in that area. So all in all, it's all great, that comes out of it. So the harvest of the coming age, the joy that unborn eyes shall see, these things he plants who plants a tree. So harvest of the coming age, that means whatever crop is going to come will be with the help of those like hands who are planting the trees. Okay, so harvest means like whatever the production of the trees. Not only that means that trees are not helpful only for the environment, but also commercially they can help and will be helpful for the next generations to come. So they will be delighted to see all such things happening, the vegetation, and they will reap the benefits, and they will be happy, and they will remember those hands, those persons who have planted the trees, that they have done something great for us. So exactly, that's what exactly the idea of the whole poem is, that we should do something great for the next generation to come. So harvest of the coming age, the joy that unborn eyes shall see, that the next generation will see the joy and the happiness they will enjoy. So these things he plants who plants a tree. So the person who plants a tree is planting all such things. Okay, now the third stanza, it starts with again the question, all of you know that. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants in sap and leaf and wood. That means he's planting in the form of the sap and the leaf and the wood. All of the three are the part of the plant. Okay, or the tree, sorry. In home and loyalty and Farkas thought of civic good, his blessings on the neighborhood. That means by planting the tree, the man shows his duty, his love, his loyalty towards the land wherever he lives, wherever he's born and brought up, and he's trying to show that how thankful he is to the God that he has given him the life, and he is planting the tree just for thanking everybody around, and it's his duty. That means in love of the home and loyalty, that he is loyal towards his nation, and Farkas thought of civic good, that it is his duty to do that for his neighborhood, like his blessings on the neighborhood. That means he's it's like he's blessing the neighborhood, that I'm going to do something good in my life, and it is for you, all of you, that it's his sense of civic duty. So he's understanding that he's trying to do something good for the people around. Okay, all of these are actually reflected, all these things are reflected in one thing, that is sap, leaf and wood. That means sap, leaf and wood, all are the part of the tree, that whomever is planting that one, he's planting all such things like home and loyalty, Farkas civic of the good, and his blessing to the neighborhood. All these three of the things he's planting in sap, leaf and wood. That means in the tree itself, when he plants a tree. So all such things are great that he is doing. Who in the hollow of his hand holds all the growth of all our land? All our land. Who, and here his hand, his is started with the capital letter, so that means there is a certain meaning for that one, that his is written with H capital, means he's all powerful, that whomever is doing all such great deed or great deeds like planting the tree is very noble cause. And it's not only is planting a tree, is planting the growth of the nation, growth of not only one nation but number of nations, number of countries. So if the air is pollution free, will be pollution free all around the world, not at one place, just by one hand. So that idea generation is great here. He who in his hollow of his hand holds all the growth of our land. That means hollow means which is empty, but still hollow of his hand, or hollow would be like empty hand. We cannot call it empty, but he contributes, like by planting the tree he is contributing, for the progress of a nation. Okay, from sea to sea, not from one not in one country but in number of the countries. He's planting, like by planting one tree at one place, he's planting the idea at other places as well. So and at the end of that poem it is written, the nation's growth from sea to sea stirs in his heart, stirs in his heart, stirs in his heart who plants a tree. That means stays in his heart or lies in his heart who plants a tree. That means the idea of planting the tree is carried in the heart, and that idea is actually a growth giving, a development giving, or development giving idea for the nation's growth and the world's growth. We need to understand our civic duty as well. We need to plant more and more trees. And that the idea of the Henry Kyler Bunner is great. So all of you just plant a tree after listening to this poem, and I hope that this is going to go further and further and further. I hope you have understood the poem, or what is the meaning of each of the line and this rhyming pattern I have told you. The next video will be about the kind of literary devices. It will be a short video, not as long as this is, but I hope that you have understood each of the line very carefully. So thank you very much. Keep watching English Lovers by Handy. Bye bye. Take care. Good night.